If a man ghosts you, if a man breaks up with you, if a man cheats on you, if a man does you dirty in any way, shape, or form, leave quietly. Don't send the paragraph. Don't blow up their phone. Don't show up to their house. Say absolutely nothing. Keep your dignity. Keep your self-worth. Nothing is going to affect them as much as you saying absolutely nothing and disappearing. Pretend like they never existed.
Hey guys, welcome to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be discussing leaving relationships quietly. I'm a huge advocate for leaving relationships that don't serve you anymore, and I can honestly say that I've never regretted quietly removing myself from a situation, but I have definitely regretted going out with a bang. When I was younger, I did make the mistake of arguing with people or trying to call somebody out on their poor behavior, when really I should have focused on protecting my own peace and maintaining my own sense of dignity and self respect. So that's why I wanted to make this video. I wanted to share these ideas with you. And yeah, let's get into it.
Let's talk about it, ladies. This is true. First off, happy birthday to myself. Turned 25. Shop the brand. Secondly, if you keep trying to explain yourself to a man, that's what they use against y'all. They turn y'all words that y'all say against y'all to make y'all seem like that y'all was the problem, and that's how they lure y'all back in. Once you see that he's showing you that he doesn't care about you, you do not have to acknowledge, I'm finna stop talking to you. Just stop talking to him, because when you start acknowledging that, he gonna, oh, well then let me go ahead and say this. No, you tripping. See, this is what happened. He uses reverse psychology to manipulate your mind, and they purposely do this because they know it'll work. Not all men are like this, but a lot are. But y'all not gonna listen to me.
The most powerful tool you have is your silence. Your silence speaks louder than any words ever could. If you are able to control yourself and your emotions in moments of pain and stress and heartache and just walk away unbothered instead of reacting to how you might feel, that is so powerful. And I promise you, your silence is more intimidating than you reacting. Because leaving somebody wondering why you have pulled back your energy or withdrawn from them rather than laying it all out on the table for them in a reactionary way will have them so much more bothered. You will be on their mind. They'll be thinking like, where is this person? What did I do? They'll start overthinking every last thing they've said to you. Whereas reacting to your emotions, explaining, begging, pleading for someone to care or feel bad about what they've done, if you just walk away, find your peace, find your power, use your silence, that is fucking powerful.
It really is so powerful.
Advice I would give women a million times. Leave quietly. Always leave quietly. If a man ghosts you, don't say anything. Leave quietly. If a man disrespects you, leave quietly. Don't say anything. And the reason for that is men thrive off of negative emotions from you. The opposite of love is not hate, it's indifference. So when you send those long paragraphs telling him like how much he pissed you off and how you hate him and don't talk to me ever again, that is still a viable emotion that he is getting your energy from. It shows that you care to some degree. I'm telling you, nothing feels better than taking your power back and not saying anything. Leave his ass confused and stuck. Just dismiss him. Start dismissing men. I promise you, it will make your life so peaceful. And I mean, you could apply it to any relationships. I do. I see your bullshit and I'm not acknowledging it. Certain things just aren't worth your time, so you need to act like it. Just leave quietly. Just leave quietly.
Ladies, I beg of you, stop telling that man how much he hurt you. Leave with your dignity. That man does not care about how he has made you feel, because if he had cared, you would not be sitting here with a laundry list of all the ways he's hurt you that you want to communicate with him. And I want to be very clear in saying he does not care. I think it's very important for me to burst that bubble of hope that women have, that they think if they communicate to a man how he's made them feel, how they feel, and how they would have cared for him, that it will make him have a change of heart. It will not. So many women want to have this kind of conversation with a man when they're at the end of dating, and that literally kind of goes along the lines of, I really loved you, and you did this to me, and I would have done anything for you, and I wanted to have this with you, and in my mind I was thinking we were going to be this, and I was ready to give you everything. Baby, he knows. That's why he dog walked you. Because he knows the only reason that you are leaving now is because you have absolutely no choice. He has rubbed your face in the mud. And he also knows that this speech of yours is a last-ditch attempt to see if he might possibly could change his mind. That man is taking pleasure from you humiliating yourself. Please stop it. If he cared, you would not be in the situation that you are in right now. Stop thinking that men don't know what they're doing. They know exactly what they are doing, and they know exactly what you are willing to put up with. Men deliberately do shady things to test the waters to see what your rebuttal is going to be. And when they've done a few of those and your rebuttal is to do nothing but moan, whinge, complain, they're like, aha, because they know they got you right where they want you. One thing as women we need to understand is men like to have women on standby. So men are never really completely single. They always have women in the background. They don't mind having a woman around a lot of times. They just don't want the commitment. And often they don't want to be tied to one woman only. Men love the freedom to move around. So oftentimes, just as you as a woman who has dated this man have these feelings for him, there are multiple other women who at the same time as you, or just before you, or just after, are going to have the exact same feelings and experience with this man that you are having. You are not special. Well, you are special, but you are not special to this man. And what is going to happen is you are going to pour your heart out. Nothing is going to change. So you will either just completely stop talking as you were going in that direction anyway, or you will continue the back and forth where he's dog walking you. Those are your only two options. That speech is not going to make him become who you want him to be, just to be very clear. So anyway, what's going to happen is when you say this speech and everything, and the thing runs its course, and you eventually do stop speaking to him, and you go through and hopefully heal and look back, you are not going to be able to pass that man and hold your head up high or with your chest back, because he is going to know that you are rolling back on the floor, forth on the floor, wanting to be with him so badly. Like, yes, we all lose a bit of pride when we're in the process of a breakup with a man that we care for, but hold on to a little bit left of your pride. Please, I beg you. If you are in this position, do not send this message, because when you have recovered from this man, if you ever see him or if your name ever comes up in conversation, you do not want your name to come up as bottom barrel. Maintain your self-love and your self-respect. Type the message in your phone. Do not send it. If I can tell you one thing that I would love for you to just keep hold of, he doesn't care. Just keep telling yourself he doesn't care. And I know it sounds heartless, but it will save you a world of shame and pain, because I love you deep and I need you to hear this. Now, like I always say, there's always an exception to the rule. For best results, assume it's not you. Mwah.
Hey ladies, one of my favorite things to do when dating a man is to not crash out over him. When those red flags start popping up, when things start going south and they never get no better, and you just politely pack your bags and leave, that's what gets them. That's what hurts. I literally just saw a man make a video about this the other day, talking about these type of women need to be put in jail. The ones that will get their stuff and leave and find a new man. That hurts. They know. That cut deep, baby. Because I don't even care about you enough to cuss you out. I'm not even invested enough in this to actually get mad over it. That means I'm all the way gone. That means I'm mentally, I probably been left this relationship. Like, I might have been here for the last couple of months, but I ain't really been here for the last couple of months. I might be physically leaving now, but emotionally, I've been out the door. There's a time for cussing a man out. There's definitely a time and a place. But sometimes the best thing to do is to leave silently. Don't say a word. You won't get a reaction out of me, baby. You know what you did. We both know what you did. I got another man waiting on me right now, baby. I gots to go. I gotta go. Have a good day.
See, the thing is, nowadays, I'm leaving quietly and gracefully. No long paragraphs, no ultimatums, no long discussions about how I feel and what you should have done and what we could have done better, da 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 da. I ain't got it in me. Because if you think I'm gonna argue with you about some things you think you know, or some shit I actually know, out of your mind, off of your rocker, it ain't happening, boo. I have no desire to change any of the narrative that people have about me because that's just how you feel about me, manifesting. If you feel a type of way about a person, guess what's gonna happen? Everything you see them do, you're gonna make it out to look like or fit whatever narrative you already have about them in your brain already. So there is no point in me trying to protest. It just is what it is, and that is okay. Because anybody who knows me and truly knows my character wouldn't even let none of that shit slide. Anyways, y'all have a wonderful rest of your day. Toodles.
A woman leaving in silence is the loudest goodbye. Oof! When she's not sending you the paragraphs anymore, that speaks volumes. Her disappearance really shouldn't be a mystery to the man, but somehow he's always confused, bewildered. When he finally can't make contact with her anymore, she's not responding to his texts or his calls, and when he sees that she's now living her best life and she doesn't seem to care whether he knows about it or not, he is always shocked. How could she just leave so quietly like that, sir? Because you've completely drained her energy to the point of her feeling nothing but emptiness for you, and she realized she could only get her life back by leaving you. Women rarely leave without having expressed their emotions several times, and when she hits her limit, she is finished. When that man remains unchanged or he acts annoyed, bothered, like she's too much work, like her trying to fight to make things work feels like a burden to him, oh, she'll catch on eventually and she'll stop cold turkey. No more work for you, sir, just like you wanted, and she is gone for good. So if you have a woman who is still arguing with you, who wants to keep working through issues, who is still crying over you, who is still calling and texting you just to get you to communicate and understand where she's coming from, she is still trying and she's not ready to leave yet. You still have her heart. But as soon as she goes ghost after giving all of herself to try to fix things with you, you will never hear from her again. She'll be nothing but a memory, and you'll only have yourself to blame.
Hey, it's me again. So, I just wanted to come back with some final thoughts and give my personal reasons for leaving quietly. First of all, I wanted to say that I agree with everything that's been said in this video so far. Of course, if you're in a healthy relationship with somebody, then the mature thing to do is to sit down and have a conversation with them, maybe let them know how you're feeling. But when we talk about stuff like this, it's usually not the mature people that we're referring to. It's people who are immature or toxic or narcissistic. So if you've been broken up with in a really disrespectful way, or you've been ghosted, or you're just being generally disrespected, you shouldn't waste your time trying to explain to these people what they've done wrong or that it's hurt your feelings in any way, because the chances are they don't care. I don't think that human beings are stupid. I think that people know how to treat people that they actually like and respect. So if they're not treating you like that, if they're being disrespectful, if they're being inconsiderate, or they're being like actively toxic towards you, then it is because they don't care. My first reason for leaving quietly is that you will display a level of class and maturity that they're not used to. When you value your peace, your dignity, your self respect above having an emotional reaction, you will stand out among the women that he's currently talking to or the women that he's dealt with in the past, where he's used to women being needy or asking him, like, hey, where have you been? I've not heard from you in a few days, or even like begging him to give her another chance or to try and fix the relationship or whatever. Basically, he will realize that you are actually a good woman. You have, again, the maturity to handle these kind of situations, and you will essentially become the one that got away. It's in this really, Men think that women are emotional and needy and clingy and, desperate for commitment and to start a family and everything. So when you don't do that, when you know your worth and you leave him at the first sign of disrespect, he will actually have more respect for you in the long run, whether he tries to fix a relationship or whether he acknowledges his mistake and just lets you go. He will look back on his time with you and he probably will kick himself. The second reason you should leave quietly is because immature people, and I include narcissists in this, but immature people love the attention. Whether it's good attention, bad attention, doesn't matter if you're arguing with them or if you're telling them that they have hurt you or you're letting them know that they have any kind of power or influence over your mood or the way that you feel about yourself. They take that as, oh, this person still cares about me, so it's fine. They don't care that they're hurting you. All people like this care about is whether or not they're getting what they want out of the situation. So if you allow them to get away with the behavior by not actually giving them any kind of consequence to their behavior, then they're just going to keep doing it. Also, when dealing with immature or highly narcissistic people, when you leave quietly, it is a blow to their ego. They will start to think like, oh, this person was able to leave me so easily, without any drama, without even a word. They're going to start to look at themselves like, is there something wrong with me? Am I really that easy to get over? And the final and most important reason to leave quietly is for your own sense of self respect. When you leave quietly, you're actually telling yourself two things. The first thing is that you can guide yourself through these uncomfortable or potentially even toxic situations, and you can count on yourself, like you have your own back. The next time that you encounter someone who is disrespectful or narcissistic and doesn't treat you well, you know what to do. You know that you can just remove yourself from the situation. So you don't fear dating or going out and meeting new people because you know that you can handle this kind of situation in the future. There is no polite way to say this next point, but you're basically subconsciously telling yourself that you can do better. You are basically subconsciously reaffirming to yourself that you are too good to have people like this in your life. In my experience on my own healing journey, when you become a more mature person, when you start to improve yourself, you start to realize that a lot of the people around you are not very mature and they're not doing anything to improve their own lives or their own circumstances. And it's hard to not judge people for that. You don't have to be nasty about it, but just simply acknowledging that people are not equal. People are not on the same level. There are many, many levels to especially maturity and self-esteem, self-respect, all of these good characteristics to have. Not everybody has them. And part of maturing, part of growing, especially if you're a recovering people pleaser, part of that is acknowledging that you're not compatible with everybody and respecting that and taking yourself away from people that you're not compatible with and attracting and maintaining relationships with people that you are more compatible with. This is all I have for today. If you've made it this far into the video, thank you for watching. If you like this video, please consider leaving a like on the video and subscribing to the channel because I do plan to make more content like this in the future. And until then, I will see you in the next one. Bye!